Did you ever know that coins can be quite similar? It's rare, and that's what the INFJ characteristics and personality traits are. In fact, according to Drenth, a researcher, he's looked at the 16 personality types and he said it's the rarest because it's only 1 to maximum 3% of the population. So what are the traits of it? One is introversion. As an INFJ, you might prefer spending time alone or with a small group of close friends rather than large social gatherings. Now, that puts you out of certain things like get-togethers in a concert, or perhaps going out when you're younger to nightclubs, to big gatherings in public houses and stuff. But if that's your beginning personality, even before 25 years of age, which a lot of researchers have said is the official start and cementing of a person's personality, then so be it. Still, the first couple of years of your adulthood, you should get out and about and try to socialize, network, get to know people. They'll be beneficial for you toward the end of life as well. You often need time, though, as an introvert, alone, to charge after social interactions, so you can do it that way. As an INFJ, you're also intuitive. Here, you will focus on the big picture, rather more abstract concepts and even possibilities, more so than, say, concrete details and facts. So, bit of a dreamer there, but from within. You perhaps enjoy exploring ideas, theories, and patterns, and maybe that could be annoying for people that might think you're a little bit flighty. You're a little bit kind of, oh, where's he going with this? Like, what's going on? But even if you can't see the end of it, you're casting it out there and you know that you can come back to it. It's a thought pattern. You can switch the conversation and you can adapt back to that and then think about it after the conversation, maybe get the feedback of a friend or two or even a new person. And if you find that they're intelligent, or maybe they're one of the 1 to 3% of INFJs too, you can bounce something off them and develop your thought pattern. And these thought patterns from INFJs that are intuitive might last for a long, long time, even for a lifetime. It could come as a theory for them, and therefore, when they're doing other specific type of work, it can be very beneficial for them. INFJs, the F is feeling. You can make decisions based on personal values, your emotions, and empathy, putting yourself in the shoes of another, rather than being objective, logic, or reasoning. That to you may be boring. You may be sensitive to the, say, feelings and the needs of others, and are pushing to have harmony within relationships. The J, then, is judging. You prefer, as an INFJ, to have structure, planning and organization over spontaneity and flexibility. Now, that seems a little bit contradictory towards the feeling part of things, of course, and that's where people might go, they're a little bit quirky, a little bit different. Of course they're different. They're 1 to 3% of the population. So you might like having clear sense of direction and predictability in many ways too. INFJs are also idealistic and visionary a lot of the time. Here they might have values and strong ideals and principles that are guiding them and their actions towards making more decisions. They are driven by perhaps a sense, and more so a sense of purpose and a desire, a real want to make something positive, not just locally, but in the world. So they know they're different. They're thinking different. They might even feel alone at times, insofar as if you're 1% of 100 and you're around 100 people, and let's face it, most people don't be around a hell of a lot more people in a regular routine 9 to 5 world. So in a given week, you could be very lonely. You mightn't even be amongst 100 people. So you can be quite different indeed. INFJs are also compassionate as well as being empathetic. They're often putting others' needs before their own, have to be very careful there because of their energy, and they have to have strong desire in order to help and support others, particularly those who are marginalized or in need. They're insightful and they're perceptive as well. They have a keen insight into people's thoughts, their feelings, and their motivations. This type of person can often, see situations arise before they do. They can see relationships perhaps changing and have a good take on things. They can be creative and imaginative. They have a rich inner world, so when they're on their own and they're contemplating, things are happening. Those thought patterns are being stitched together, the neurons are firing and developing. You might enjoy, if you're this personality, exploring creative outlets such as maybe writing, art, music, even content creation. Have a talent for seeing possibilities and envisioning future outcomes. If you can do it and create it, you can certainly change things they're thinking. You might be independent also and individualistic. Now, you might value connection and relationships more so than the average person, and you will also have a strong sense of your own interdependence and independence and your individuality. These people are also seekers of meaning and purpose. They are deeply introspective at times. Now, this might be a flicker insofar as they can just go into themselves straight away and go, hold on, what's there? Think, and then adapt it to the thought pattern and maybe get some sort of solution or finish a theory. But they might be in a smaller group socially, and yet they can get into that thought pattern of being introspective. They're probably more than likely also constantly seeking meaning and purpose in what they're doing. Remember, they're structured and they're organized and they want that routine insofar as a schedule. So that is very important. So what they do each day must have a deep weighted meaning. They may grapple with existential questions and even strive to find their place in the world because they're so unique. But like everybody individually in the world, these people are all unique INFJs too. Do the math. I prefer you to do it because it's tricky. If we've got 1% and then each individual is different on their own, that means you can cut that down or fraction that off more so into at least 100 different types of INFJs. Maybe that could be a different and progressive video in the future because we are all unique. Those traits might be sprinkled upon you. They might be in somebody you know. Get to know them. Just look at their way of thinking. See it from the other side. These are creative people. So therefore, you can only be benefiting from being around them, being friends with them, being in a family or a relationship with them. Now that you know of them, seek them out. These are ones that want to help the world, make it a positive place. These are positive people to be around. And so are you. I hope I've given some positivity today in this video. If I have, please do smash that subscribe button. Don't break your machine, but make it clean. Little click. That'll be great. Nice. Okay, cool. Until next time though, thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.